What's going on? It's Joey, your everyday movement guy. I would consider myself a holistic movement coach. Actually, I'm a certified personal trainer through American College of Sports Medicine, but the style that I like to teach my clients or students is movement training. And part of movement training is working on your weaknesses, becoming a better mover as a whole. And that's where I come up with the term holistic movement coach. So today I'm gonna show you guys what a locomotion session looks like. So I'm starting off by warming up my wrists, and now I am going to the lower body, doing this deep squat routine to help warm up my ankles, knees, and hips. If you haven't seen this routine on YouTube, this is the Ido Portal Squat Rehab 2.0. Make sure you check it out. It does wonders for your lower body. Now, locomotion training, for the average person, it just looks like crawling around on the ground, basically. And essentially, that's what it is. I mean, I don't want to try to glorify all this, but yes, I'm crawling around on the ground. But each movement that I'm doing, there's certain forms that I'm trying to stick to. There's certain nuances of the hand and of the foot that I'm thinking of. The layers that go into this practice are endless, essentially. The better you get, the more layers you realize that there are. So with this little flow here, this is the beginning of it all, right? I'm doing an Olé, and now I'm going into a basic crawling pattern. From here into my deep squat, back into another Olé. So I'm doing a closed chain system. So that means that I'm sticking to those three movements: the deep squat, the crawl, and the Olé. Now, if it was an open chain system, you would see me start to do other movements, but I like to give myself rules and guidelines, and I really feel like that can help shape what your practice looks like. Now, locomotion training can be adapted to any age, any skill, any ability. So whether you're starting from ground zero or you are a veteran movement practitioner, there is something for everyone. But the hard thing about this is that most people tend to stay away from things that are hard, and they generally tend to perform the movements that they're good at. And if you want to become a holistic mover, then you're gonna have to get this concept in your head. You want to work on your weaknesses and get used to sucking. If you suck at something, just know that you're on the right path. Here I'm going into a little improvisational flow. So you'll see some movements from before, you'll see some newer movements, but now I basically opened it up to, anything that I can pull off. This video is sped up and fast forward, so it's not so boring, but you'll notice when I'm doing locomotion, you want to go slow. People have the tendency to go fast and try to be aggressive with their movements, but that doesn't show control. What shows control is if you're able to do these movements quietly, softly, nice and slow. This is the last flow that I did of my session. I didn't record everything in this session, just kind of the highlights, but I did this stuff for about an hour. Locomotion is extremely tiring, so people don't realize that you'll get a really good cardio benefit out of it. If you do this stuff for long enough, your heart rate is going to be elevated, and like I said, you are going to get that cardiorespiratory benefit from it. So you should watch the video that's on the screen right now to learn more ways to incorporate movement into your everyday life, and consider subscribing to my channel to help support. As always, this is Joey saying be kind to one another and move well. Peace.